We are live for Racing with the Sim Auto Racing Association tonight. It's round number 4 of the Pierce Fleet Service Super Series, the Hyde's Pride 150 from the Southern National Speedway. I am Jeff By Jr., joined by Bill Tomer in the ITZR broadcast booth. And Bill, we talked about it earlier this week. We are going to a true bullring racetrack, and that's what we got here. Tiny little Southern National Speedway, high banking, and it's going to be a lot of drivers fighting for the bottom tonight.
Oh yeah, 100%. It is going to be tight, and probably a whole lot of fun, right? I mean, it's going to be tight racing, going to be tough to pass, and these guys might get a little bit happy with the bumper. They're not supposed to in the Sim Auto Racing Association, but it's going to be a tough place to pass. I think you're going to see some tight stuff tonight.
Well, not only that, but lap traffic could really come into play here tonight because they are starting 30 cars, 31 attempted, 30 going to start the A main. And Bill, that means they're going to be right up in lap traffic pretty quickly at this racetrack.
Yeah, I mean, very, very quickly. And 150 laps around this place. Like you said, you know, it's a one group racetrack. You're only going to be able to run the bottom. And these guys all going to be fighting for it. Lap cars aren't going to want to go a lap down. It is going to make for some mayhem up front. Hopefully we see a lot of green flag racing. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Well, and what we've seen with the late model stock car here on iRacing is that tire saving is huge. It's a big part of this game, but this is not a racetrack where you can save a whole lot or you're at risk of going the lap down. So it's going to be a matter of keeping track position, keeping in front of the leaders, and saving tires.
Yeah, they're going to have to try to save. I mean, high speeds, 150 laps around this little racetrack, high banking. You're going to need tire at the end. You're going to want to keep it underneath you because if it starts to bum off the bottom, then you're just going to get freight trained. So it's going to be really, really interesting to see how those strategies play out, how each guy runs it. We've seen everybody come up with something every week, right? We've seen guys falling back. We've seen guys try to run up front. And I think we're going to see that again tonight. I hope we don't have a rabbit chip. That'll be interesting if one guy just goes crazy and tries to lap the field. And we've seen that before in some of our races. That could happen again tonight.
Yeah, and it might not be a bad strategy if the cautions start falling the way that they can at a racetrack like this. So if you can lap a bunch of cars, you can really change the dynamics of the race by getting a bunch of yellows and being able to save tires under caution. So it'll be interesting to see how the strategy plays out, what people decide to throw out there. As we said, 31 drivers try to attempt tonight. Fast time, a guy you might have heard of, Bill. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy, Ty Majeski, the Matthew Designs Pole Award tonight.
I think we have heard of him, especially if you're a NASCAR fan or even a super late model fan in the United States. You've heard of Ty Majeski. He's been winning around the country for quite some time now. And now, I know he's probably in the top 5 in points in the NASCAR Truck Series. So he's here tonight. He's quick time.
Truck Series points leader, Ty Majeski.
Points leader. Sorry, a little off. I know he was in the championship Final 4 last season, so yeah, obviously a big name here in this SARA Super Series, and we are about to go to the grid, Jeff. I saw Barney had the flag in the air for the end of practice.
Yeah, we are getting set to grid. Before we do, we're going to talk about our point standings. Our points leader, Trevor Edwards, winner last week, not here. We talked to him. That was he knew that was going to happen because he was going to the beach. So Trevor Edwards not here. Unfortunately, couldn't find a place to do some sim racing from. So will not make it tonight. So shift to the points. Ryan Kuhn's only 13 points back. Dylan Bates, third in points, not here as well. He's got some race car stuff to handle.
That's unfortunate for Trevor Edwards. Been having such a great season in the late model stock. He talked about not liking the Super as much as he's been able to find speed in the late model stock. So unfortunately not here this week. But hey, vacations do that, right, Jeff?
Yeah, absolutely. But there's still plenty of time to come back from that. It's a huge hit, but he had a nice points lead. Yeah, I mean, he's only 13 ahead of Kuhn, but it was 50 back to Bates, 53 back to Monberquette in fourth. So, I mean, he's most likely going to still be within the top 10 even after tonight, after missing. So, not too big a deal as we start to grid for tonight's Hyde's Pride 150 on the pole. The number 13 driver. We've seen this guy in the ITZR series on Mondays and Monday nights. It's the 13 of Josh Cottle on the outside of him. And car number 6, it's Joe Schaefer Jr.
Starting third in the black, number 21. That is Kyle Eli. To his outside, we call him the Dominator. And the number 1, that's Alex McCollum.
Starting fifth tonight of the 72 machine, it'll be Ryan Kuhn on the outside of him. Your quick qualifier, the Ryan Matthews Designs quick pole award, the number 98, it's Ty Majeski.
Starting 7th in the number 112, it is Devin Morgan, and to his outside in another number 100, number 110, that's Colin Allman.
Starting 9th might be another NASCAR driver you've heard of in the Xfinity Series, the number 2 car, a Parker Retzlaff on the outside of him, and car number 24, it's Sean Cool.
Starting in the 11th position and the number 27 car, it is Daniel Silvestri, and to his outside, a pro late model driver in the car store you'll see tomorrow night at Ace Speedway in the 33, it's Brett Suggs.
Starting 13th tonight, one of the Canadian drivers, the 60, a Parker Traves on the outside of him. Car number 78, it'll be Aaron Johnson.
Spencer Dickinson rolls off P15 in the number 6, and to his outside in the number 75, it's Cody Kelly.
Starting 17th tonight will be the 66 of Eric Tracy on the outside of him. In the car number 97, it's Tyler DiVinanzo.
In the number 19th position in the car number 7, it's Kyle Souza, and to his outside starting 20th in the 116, it's Dustin Monberquette.
Starting 21st tonight in car number 18, it's Mo Cole Cabry on the outside of him. And car number 8, it's John Ouellette.
Starting 23rd in the number 20, he was credited with the win last week. It's Trayton Lapsevich, and to his outside in the number 16, Daniel Pope.
Starting 25th tonight in car number 88, it's Keith Jeffrey on the outside of him. And number 03, it's Dante Curtis.
Kyle Meyer rolls off P27 in the number 88, and to his outside in the number 07, it's Jason Warren.
And starting on your final row, the 0 car of Matt Rolfe with the 65 of Aaron Abendroth. Pace car going to make, nice field of cars. I mean, as with pace car's going to roll off, here we go. Green for the Heights Pride 150. Josh Cottle going to lead us to the green. Joe Schaefer on the outside. And this is going to be our first look to see what that outside line has. Can it even compete with the inside line, or do you need to get down into line immediately?
Yeah, we don't think so. That is the expectation, is we don't think the outside is going to be able to keep up with the inside. And you see Joe Schaefer drop right in the line there in the second spot. Now he's going to get a little bit of a challenge. Kyle Eli starting to look inside, couldn't do it. Now here we go. Now we got trouble. Devin Morgan around. Parker Retzlaff was caught in that as well.
Honestly, not a lot of damage, though. Everybody kind of backed off, allowed them to gather it up. And so, we had a couple cars start to go around. That was Devin Morgan and the 110 machine. That's Colin Allman and the 10 car that was also involved in that.
This looks like a bit of a checkup. I think Allman got in the back of Devin Morgan going into turn number 3.
It looked like
on that.
Looks like it did. It started with Allman and Devin Morgan going down into turn 3. Just a stack up in front of them. I think Alex dropped down behind Eli. That kind of stacked up Ryan Kuhn. He hit the brakes. Morgan hits the brakes, and then they just kind of accordion up behind him.
And this wreck avoidance right here, Jeff, just shows the level of talent. And then you saw there was a little stack up there, Ryan Kuhn. That's what caused Devin Morgan to back up onto Colin Allman's nose. The level of talent with these guys, you get a bunch of cars spinning, a bunch of cars sideways. And they do a fantastic job avoiding it. Unfortunately, Parker Retzlaff, a little bit of damage on the front of that number 2. But we saw that happen on, what was it, Monday night? Or actually making it Tuesday night. Brendan Lee had some damage on his car. Was able to have a good race regardless.
Yeah, looking at the Facebook chat, Josh Parrish here cheering for the Shop and EPI boys. Trevor Edwards says, howdy from Florida, points leader, sitting on the beach watching the races. The pace car going to stay out this time. They almost got me there. Pace car going to do one more lap for Josh Cottle and in the 6 car, Joe Schaefer. And as you said it, Bill, the field is so stacked. I looked, at the starting grid, and I saw guys towards the back of the field. I mean, even 16th starting place for Cody Kelly, who's been so good in these cars, and Dustin Monberquette deep in the field, Daniel Pope, Brett Suggs starting deep tonight as well. So pace car going to head off the racetrack now as Josh Cottle in that restart zone gets to take us green flag racing, and he is off and away. Joe Schaefer going to try to get to the bottom in front of Kyle Eli here.
Joe Schaefer going to clear that battle for third. Alex McCollum's going to be the outside of Kyle Eli. That's going to be your first battle in the racetrack. You see a lot of cars 2x2 one lap into this run. See if these guys can get some green flag racing going here. But yeah, they're going to have to shake this out just a little bit farther back. Ty Majeski kind of making a move on the outside. Now, this is something we can see, Jeff, because some guys are willing to give up tires for track position. That might be what Ty Majeski's doing right now.
Yeah, and the pace seems much slower than we know that they can run. They are not pushing it. And Majeski got the wall a bit down the back straightaway. He's really trying to make something happen on the outside, tried to get to the outside of Ryan Kuhn. He got the wall.
Well, we've seen this car. It does have the new damage model here in the iRacing service, but it does take a little bit of damage until it doesn't. And now Majeski going to beat the right rear off the wall again. Majeski using the walls to their limits. Clearly not happy with the one off of turn 2.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Majeski wants to go back behind Sean Cool, so he's willing to use up a little bit here to run with the 24, try to stay out in front of this group, but right now it's not looking good for him as Sean Cool starts to inch forward. Out front, it's still Josh Cottle with Joe Schaefer in tow. Kyle Eli runs third. Alex McCollum runs fourth. And a little bit further back, you got fifth place runner Ryan Kuhn has kind of found himself a nice place on the racetrack by himself. Sean Cool has finally cleared Majeski. Now here comes the 110 of Colin Allman. Allman up the inside of Majeski now.
And again, Jeff, we talked about it. Being on the outside is not the place you want to be. And even with these guys thinking about saving tires, keeping that in the front of their mind, the outside just cannot keep up here at Southern National. It's actually one of the reasons I like this racetrack. It's a neat racetrack, but it's just unfortunate that oh, we've got contact, big contact. Majeski made huge contact. Was that with the 112 of Devin Morgan? Or no, the 27. That's Daniel Silvestri. They almost wrecked on the front straightaway. Both guys able to save it.
Yeah, they were able to hold on. Behind them, there was some shuffling as the 2 car, Parker Retzlaff, had dropped down right in front of Aaron Johnson. Then Cody Kelly took advantage of that, so Kelly goes around Aaron Johnson. Now here comes Devin Morgan, again under pressure from Parker Traves in the 60. So Ty Majeski, he has been stuck on the outside since the restart, and now he finally gets down in front of the 112.
Yeah, I think Devin Morgan cut him a break right there. That didn't need to happen. They were really battling, and I think Devin Morgan just said, you know what, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Just drop in and let's just log some laps.
Little movement up front as we work lap 19. Kyle Eli moved out of the way, let Alex McCollum go. So move Alex McCollum up to third place, former champion in this series, on the move early. Drayton Lapsevich going around Aaron Johnson now. He's going to bring Cole Cabery. And one of the things we should talk about, last week when we left the broadcast, we interviewed Devin Landry as the winner. He won last week, and then penalties came up, and he did not win that race. Drayton Lapsevich ended up becoming the winner.
Yeah, it was found that Devin Landry had gone a little bit early at some restarts, and so he was penalized. Drayton Lapsevich was awarded the win.
Josh Cottle still out front with Joe Schaefer close in tow, but Alex McCollum and Kyle Eli starting to reel these two in for the lead. Ryan Kuhn still looks content back there in fifth. The gap has opened up. It's about 2 seconds back to Ryan Kuhn from the top 4 drivers. Behind him, Sean Cool runs in 6th, Colin Allman 7th, Daniel Silvestri 8th, Ty Majeski 9th, and Devin Morgan in the top 10.
You can see we just did the speed shot on the back straightaway, Jeff. This field's starting to string out almost about 3/4, maybe 2/3 to 3/4 of the way around the track already. So only 25 laps in and only about, 20 laps and 18 laps into this run. Starting to cover almost the entire racetrack.
This is one of those things where the difference between first and last place qualifier was tenths of a second. So when you get to lap traffic, it's not like they're slow cars that are going to move out of your way. They are all fast enough to win races here.
Right.
And it's going to be tough to navigate lap traffic because those cars are not slow. They are just as fast as your leaders are.
And you can see just about the entire field is lined up like we're at Daytona or Talladega.
Yeah, there is nobody falling off the pace right now. It is everybody in a single file line. Your entire 29 cars that are currently out on the racetrack. Actually, John Ouellette still out on the racetrack in 30th. He is 1 lap down, right ahead of Jason Warren, who's the last car on the lead lap. And a caution's going to wave on the back straightaway trouble. It looks like everybody gathered it up.
Eric Tracy caught spinning around on the back straightaway. See if we can figure out what happened to the 66 car as they came through turns 1 and 2. And he might have had a little bit of a friendly fire here, Jeff. It looks like maybe he got bumped or possibly contact with the 16 of Daniel Pope. We'll take a look at it.
Yeah, Eric Tracy coming off turn 2, running 18th. That car
Oh,
just
nope.
starts to step out on him.
I'm sorry, Daniel. That was a all by myself moment, then a little help from the 16 car.
Yeah, the 16 kind of finished him off, but it definitely, that car was starting to slide and starting to go away from Eric Tracy there before the contact was made.
Yeah, you can see the 16 just through the corner. See, you don't think, the way you watch these guys going around, Jeff, you're thinking, they're not really on the edge. They're just kind of driving around, right? No, you can see it right there. Eric Tracy, that car was right on the edge of stepping out on him and just stepped a little too far, and Daniel Pope just couldn't avoid his teammate.
Well, it is a break for John Ouellette, who lost a lap under that first caution, pitting for some repairs. He is going to be back on the lead lap as our lucky dog, so 30 cars back on the lead lap. So early in this one, 34 laps in, second caution of the night there. As Josh Cottle still leads the way with Joe Schaefer, Alex McCollum, Kyle Eli, Ryan Kuhn, Sean Cool, Colin Allman, Daniel Silvestri, Ty Majeski, Devin Morgan. I believe we're going to see the pace car drive off the racetrack right here. Josh Cottle going to take us back to Green Flag Racing in the Heights Pride 150. He is off and away. Look at Alex McCollum really pushing that 13 car, trying to push him past Joe Schaefer.
Alex McCollum to the inside of Joe Schaefer. Joe Schaefer going to try to battle back on the outside. Not really. We go
Caution.
yellow, Jeff. We go yellow again.
Aaron Johnson, I think, involved.
Keith Jeffrey, Spencer Dickinson involved. Matt Rolfe is around. Big trouble towards the rear of the field.
Yeah, just a big stack up there. Aaron Johnson got turned around going into turn 1. Might have been some contact from the 6 car. Spencer Dickinson, the 88, got involved. Brett Suggs involved. I think Matt Rolfe got a piece of that.
It just looks like Aaron Johnson got into the back of Trayton Lapsovich as they entered turn number 1. See it here, the 78 gets into the 20, gives him a bump. And Dickinson couldn't check up quick enough. Jeffrey gets in the back of him, and then it's just kind of mayhem ensues. Brett Suggs involved as well. I think that started just like you said, you called it perfectly. It's a stack up going in turn number 1. Everybody's going to slow down because they're all side by side, and the guys towards the back couldn't do it.
Yeah, some of those guys towards the back really, I mean, really sent it off into the corner, and I think they just got surprised by the pace there. And the pace was slow. Again, it seems like everybody really, really controlling the pace right now, not wanting to burn up tires in the center of the corner, and that is kind of catching some of these guys towards the back a little off guard. So Matt Rolfe looks like he might have lost a lap in that one. So we were back to 29 cars on the lead lap. Josh Cottle still your leader. Joe Schaefer was able to be ahead of Alex McCollum with that caution wave. So Alex got a fantastic restart, was really pushing the 13 car to try to get around Joe Schaefer, but was not able to complete that pass before the caution wave. So he'll restart third. Kyle Eli, Ryan Kuhn, Sean Cool, Colin Allman, Daniel Silvestri, Ty Majeski, Devin Morgan, your top 10. And it looks like pace car lights are out. So we're going back to Green Flag Racing here. Quick cautions at Southern National.
Gotta love that.
And Schaefer really didn't get going that time, and that's going to allow Alex to be door-to-door with them through the middle of 1 and 2. Alex out front trying to clear for second place.
Schaefer going to fight back on the outside, or at least attempt to go down into turn number 3. Alex starting to clear the 6 car, almost does it down the front straightaway. Now here comes Ryan Kuhn to the inside of the 72. He's going to try to battle with Joe Schaefer for third.
Schaefer under pressure from Ryan Kuhn. Kuhn started 5th in this race, rode around in 5th for much of the start, and now is starting to turn up the heat, going for third here as Schaefer on the outside. Kyle Eli behind him in the 21 machine. He's under attack from Colin Allman. Ty Majeski just got clear of Sean Cool. Majeski running in the 7th position. Now he's going to dive underneath Kyle Eli into turn 3 here.
Early on these restarts, Jeff, this is a tight racetrack. This is mayhem. Ooh, and Sean Cool going to be right on the bumper of Kyle Eli. We saw that go down into turn number 3. Cool just did not make contact, so we're good to go. Farther back, Daniel Silvestri, he's up on the high side, being passed by Parker Traves in the 60, Devin Morgan in the 112. They battle. That's a battle for the 10th position.
Battle for 5th as well, as Majeski got underneath Allman, but then that car got a little loose off turn 4. Allman able to clear, and he'll hold on to 5th for the time being. Out front, Josh Cottle is starting to pull away with Alex McCollum, the top tube, trying to break away from Ryan Kuhn, who runs 3rd. And now everybody's starting to get single-filed out. You got to go all the way back to where Devin Morgan and now Cody Kelly and Daniel Silvestri battle for the 10th spot. Cody Kelly able to get around Silvestri. Silvestri down to the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes last week's winner, Trayton Lapsevich, underneath the 2 of Parker Retzlaff. Retzlaff has been stuck on the outside for most of the night here. It seems like every time I see that 2 car, he's on the outside line. So up front, Alex McCollum is starting to take a peek underneath the 13 machine. It looks like Alex is maybe a little bit quicker at this point in the race.
Big wreck off of 2, Jeff. Big wreck.
Cody Kelly involved. I see Kyle Eli. These are cars in the top 10. Eli was running 7th. Colin Allman was running 5th.
I saw Colin Allman go head on into the wall.
It looked like it started with Allman and Joe Schaefer going down into turn 1, a little contact. And as you said, Colin Allman ended up head on into the fence.
Oh. Now it looks like Cody Kelly spun to avoid, didn't hit anything. Daniel Pope did the same thing in the 16 car. Kyle Eli ends up backwards in the 21. His good run is hit a speed bump for sure, but it looks like contact between Joe Schaefer and Colin Allman caused a stack up there, and then Ty Majeski gets in the back of Allman, sends him straight onto the fence.
Yeah, Schaefer, if we get a good look at it, Schaefer actually saved that thing. He drove it down onto the apron, but gathered it up. So I think he's going to get some spots back, and he'll be up near the front when we go back to green here.
There's that contact. Watch Joe Schaefer save it. Heck yeah.
I mean, that car was gone, but he brought it back.
So a bunch of cars spun around, cars being sent, well, obviously they'll be sent to the back. But it looks like Colin Allman might have called it, or at least he's going to try to get repairs done in the pits.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of damage to that car. It looked like it might have been smoking the second it hit the wall, so not a good start for Colin Allman in this one. It looks like he might be out of tonight's race. Kyle Eli, he was also having a fantastic run. Cody Kelly had fought his way up into the top 10 from starting deep in the field tonight. I think he started 16th. He was up into the top 10 already, and now he's going to restart back in probably about 26th position when this thing goes green.
Schaefer looks like he's being...
Yeah, it looks like Schaefer got
28th.
shuffled back.
Yes, all the way back to 28th. Daniel Pope, 27th. Kyle Eli was involved. He's running 26th. Cody Kelly back to 25th. So those are the cars that were involved.
Well, now we're going to have a new driver on the outside front row for this restart. Josh Cottle, Alex McCollum now in second. Ryan Kuhn, Ty Majeski has worked his way up to 4th. Majeski got a piece of that one, but not too much damage on the 98 from that last incident, and he managed to get through it without getting collected.
See McCollum trying to get a run down the back straightaway. It's the entry into the corners here in Southern National, Jeff. The cars just can't, on the outside, seem to get in well enough. You see the bottom just gains almost a full car length going down, and the top does fight back a little bit down the straightaways because of the momentum, but just not enough. So they just cannot keep up, and McCollum able to slot down in a second.
Majeski trying to get to the bottom as well, and just can't quite find a spot here as Ryan Kuhn trying to battle around the 98 machine. Parker Traves going to get down behind him, though. Traves from the top side might have got some help from the 24 machine as Sean Cool. Ryan Kuhn, Ty Majeski battling hard for this third position. Majeski, we've seen him on the top side a lot tonight in that 98, trying to make the top side work, but it seems like he keeps getting restarts on the outside line. He will finally get to the bottom and slot into fourth, front of Parker Traves, who runs fifth. Sean Cool behind him, still just a gaggle of cars too deep.
Yeah, that's looks like Trayton Lapsevich, Parker Retzlaff, Daniel Silvestri. He's been finding his way up onto the top side. Silvestri's sporting some pretty. Oh, no, we got trouble. Retzlaff into the wall, and a lot of cars going to be collected in this one. They're still running into each other.
Yeah, Retzlaff and Silvestri got tangled down the front straightaway. The 27 ends up hooking the 2-car into the outside wall. Lapsevich got collected in it. I see the 7-car collected. Aaron Abendroth, Spencer Dickinson. I mean, just a huge chunk of cars involved in that one.
I think something happened to 27 to Silvestri. Silvestri had big damage on the right front. That was from earlier contact with Ty Majeski, which we did see on the broadcast. Silvestri just walks down the racetrack and turns the 2-car.
Well, off turn 4, the 27 didn't get off turn 4 very well, and it looked like maybe he got a little tight. And then I think he realized that the 20 car and the 18 car are a little behind him, and I think he tried to get behind Retzlaff and just kind of misjudged it.
We're going to take a look from Trayton Lapsevich's in-car, if we can do that. He was right behind this group. Let's see what happens to Silvestri here. I mean, Lapsevich got hit from behind big time.
Yeah, I almost think the 27 thought he was going to just be able to get down behind the 2, and he just mistimed it. Ended up catching the 2 in the right rear quarter panel.
That was Tyler DiVinanzo that was caught down. That's just nasty. That's unfortunate. Tight racing here at these bull rings.
Well, that's kind of what we thought could happen here tonight. This could be a survival race. It's so hard to get through these races and survive, and just having a clean race car, having tires left at the end, that's half the battle. And some of these guys that started in the middle of the field, you didn't get a great qualifying effort, and this is kind of what happens. You get stuck in the soup, so to speak, and
absolutely,
and you get torn up.
Someone we talked to before the race, Parker Traves in the 60 car, really didn't seem too pleased with what was going on with his car during practice, right, Jeff? But all the way up to 5th now.
Yeah, the SPM guys seemed like they didn't have a lot of speed, but Parker Traves trying to find a little something here. Is he in the top 5 now? So we go back to Green Flag Racing to the Heights Pride 150. Josh Cottle out front. Alex McCollum going to get down behind the 13 machine, not really wanting to push the issue too much right now. And once again, it's going to be Ty Majeski and Ryan Kuhn battling for 3rd. It seems like we've seen this before.
Again, the top side, Ty Majeski out there in that 98 car. We saw him earlier trying to work the top. Got it into the wall a couple times. It looks like he almost does it again there, Jeff, down the front straightaway.
Yeah, Majeski really pushing it on the outside line, and I just worry about how much tire he's burning up, but he obviously feels like track position's more valuable than saving right now, and he is trying to find a place in line. Last time he did slot in front of Parker Traves. Traves is just enough there that he's not going to allow Ty Majeski down to the bottom here.
Ryan Kuhn clears. He'll be in 3rd now. Majeski going to be able to find his way into 4th. Parker Traves still running 5th. First battle in the racetrack's right behind that. Sean Cool, Devin Morgan. They're side by side. That's a battle for 6th.
Yeah, Devin Morgan trying to move forward as Sean Cool stuck on the outside. Here comes Cole Cavery. Cavery barely got a lap in from qualifying, had some connection issues, and he ended up starting deep and started 21st tonight. He is up to 8th now, early runner for the Jeff By Jr. Art Hard Charger Award.
And your logo just happens to be on the top of the hood of his car.
Well, there you go. It's product placement right there.
There you go. That's perfect. That worked that well. Here's Brett Suggs in the 33. We saw him in an accident not long ago. You can see the damage on the left front of his car. That was from contact in that accident. Still has some on the right front as well, but Brett Suggs starting to move forward as well in that bright number 33 car.
Yeah, new look for Brett Suggs. He traded the green for some flow yellow, and I dig that.
It's Jeff by Junior yellow almost, isn't it?
Yeah, love it. Oh, he got big time sideways. Both him and Sean Cool sideways off turn 4. That's a big moment for Dustin Monberquet, who's now trying to move forward here, and he runs in the 10th spot.
Trayton Lapsevich moves into the screen here in the 20 car. You can see the big damage on the right front of that number 20. He was last week's winner, awarded that win after Devin Landry had some penalties. And he was just involved. We went in his in-car in that last incident. And he makes contact with Sean Cool down the back straightaway. They're going to go side-by-side down on turn number 3. But Lapsevich, even with all that damage, even being involved in those incidents, he's still working his way forward.
Yeah, Lapsevich, as soon as he got that contact, Cody Kelly tried to jump all over it, and he was trying to take him 3 wide. Lapsevich shut the door, but he just can't quite get alongside the 24 machine. Both those cars seem ill handling at this point.
This race going by fast and furious, Jeff, all the way to lap 80 already. 70 laps remaining in this race. But man, they take off really, really fast when you're only running 14-second laps.
Yeah, absolutely. Time is ticking away, and that's going to start putting the pressure on some of these drivers to start making moves and move forward. It's still Josh Cottle out front, who's led every lap from the pole right now, but he's got Alex McCollum lurking behind him. Ryan Kuhn, Ty Majeski, Parker Traves. Those are not guys you want to see in your mirror.
I mean, anybody in this field, Jeff, I don't want to see in my mirror. So
Caution is out. We got trouble in the front straightaway. Matt Rolfe barely made it to the pits, and then Tyler DiVincenzo, the 97 car, is turned around on the front straightaway.
I figure out what happened here. That happened in front of those drivers.
Looks like it started with Matt Rolfe, the 0 car.
Yeah, looks like it was a Matt Rolfe issue.
This might be some of the worst netcode. First glance at it, might be some of the worst netcode I've ever seen.
Oh, the 8 car.
Yeah, John Ouellette got a big piece of that one.
John Ouellette, yeah, that is. Well, I don't even know if we can even show how bad this netcode is.
That was Kyle Jeffrey in the 88. That's on the inside of Matt Rolfe.
Jeffrey, yes. In that 88 car. He was blinking down the back straightaway. And that's basically what caught Matt Rolfe out.
Yeah, they had about 4 feet between them. I mean, Matt gave him extra room. I think he realized maybe I can't see this 88 car quite clearly down the back straightaway. I'm going to give him extra room into 3, and he still got sent by the netcode there.
And Matt, how odd netcode can be, Matt actually took damage to the left front from the netcode, and that spins the 0 car around.
Yeah, that's just a bad luck. Wrong place at the wrong time for Matt Rolfe there. Because he was on the outside and just trying to find a place to hide there. Unfortunately, gets caught up in a incident and collected a few other cars, which was John Ouellette. I think maybe Kyle Souza might have got a piece of that one as well, trying to get through it. Well, we still got 23 cars on the lead lap. John Ouellette, the last car on the lead lap. Matt Rolfe will rejoin this race 1 lap down. Looks like Tyler DiVincenzo has parked it, but Eric Tracy still on the racetrack. We should be going back to green flag racing here with Josh Cottle. Pace car going to head off the racetrack. Cottle, McCollum, Ryan Kuhn, Majeski for another restart here. Lap 88 when they cross the line. This time, McCollum not even looking to go behind Josh Cottle. He's looking to race the 13. Now he's going to get contact from Majeski. Got him sideways. Cottle clears Alex McCollum, but here comes Ryan Kuhn.
Ryan Kuhn up the inside. I thought McCollum might have had an actual shot to fight up there on the top, but of course the top does not seem to work here. They're trying to figure it out, Jeff. You can see McCollum doing a pretty good job. You see he loses that half a car length going in, and he'll try to make it up down the back straightaway with that momentum.
Yeah, and Alex has an opportunity to get down before Parker Traves gets there. Let's see if he takes it. He is going to back off. He's going to get down the racetrack in front of Traves, and he's going to get into 3rd as Traves now going to put the bumper to him. I don't think he liked that. He had to slow up for McCollum. Trouble behind them. They are spinning in 3 and 4. Caution is going to wave Matt Rolfe around again, and it looks like the 88 of Keith Jeffrey. I think this one started with the 88 and Kyle Eli in the 21 machine.
Oh, we call that a C car, don't hit car, man.
Yeah, Kyle Eli gets down into turn 3 again. Same situation. Aaron Johnson kind of backs up the corner. That backs up the 6, the 88. And Kyle Eli, the last car in line there, just gets into the back of the 88 machine. Again, poor Matt Rolfe and Kyle Souza just nowhere to go. They both kind of get collected in that. John Ouellette in the 8 machine, who's been behind just about every accident tonight. He snuck through that one.
Good news is he didn't end up airborne.
Yeah, this one went a little better than the last one for John Ouellette.
We're actually gonna ride with John for that one. That was a pretty good wreck avoidance.
You see Matt Rolfe almost had it cleared. He just got clipped in the right rear as he was trying to slip by on the apron. John Ouellette got a good look at it.
I think John did get a little bit of Kyle Eli, but other than that, pretty decent.
Well, Kyle Eli has called it a night. He's going to finish probably about 25th place, I think, once Eric Tracy gets some laps here completed. Still 22 cars on the lead lap. That's Aaron Abendroth, the last car on the lead lap. As Josh Cottle leads the way. Now Ryan Kuhn runs second. Alex McCollum did hold off Parker Traves, but they were side by side. Parker Traves was going for third. Now he'll restart fourth with Ty Majeski in fifth. Cole Cabry from 21st to 6th. Devin Morgan runs 7th. Dustin Marquette started 20th tonight. He is up to 8th. Brett Suggs runs 9th. Cody Kelly from the back to the front, to the back, to the front again for Cody Kelly. He is back up to 10th. Another driver working their way forward, Daniel Pope, started 24th tonight. He's been involved in an incident early. He is into 12th now. We're going to go green with about 52 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line. So, Bill, it's getting down to crunch time. It's time to go now.
Yeah, and here's Ryan Kuhn to the outside of Josh Cottle. Alex McCollum had his shot at it, couldn't do it. Here comes Ryan Kuhn in the 72. Can he make it happen on the outside? Doesn't look like it so far. That outside just not the place to be here at Southern National. Nobody, no comers. Josh Cottle just hanging to the bottom, and he's fending off all challengers.
Josh Cottle out front, but Ryan Kuhn trying to make something happen on the outside, and the 13 got a bit loose. That's going to allow Ryan Kuhn to pull even with them at the start-finish line. It was still Cottle that time by at the line, was your leader, but Ryan Kuhn is inching ahead of the 13 here.
That's a pretty good drive. Oh, we got trouble. Devin Morgan's around. Looked like Mombercat went around at the exact same time.
Looks like Dante Curtis involved. Aaron Johnson's turnaround backwards. And the caution going to wave here on lap 101. And again, that was two cars. I think Devin Morgan was running about 7th when that happened. And I think it started with Dustin Mombercat, Devin Morgan, and Brett Suggs. I think they just all made contact there going into turn 3.
Oh, I think Mombercat catches the 112 through turns 3 and 4 just very quickly. I want to take a look at this because that... Oh, that's really odd, isn't it?
Yeah, Suggs and Mombercat make contact. But Mombercat looks like he's low on the racetrack a bit. He's kind of pinching down the 33, and he just somehow manages to clip the right rear bumper cover of the 112.
And that spins a lot of folks out.
Yeah, Dante Curtis got the worst end of that one as well as he went around. Daniel Pope involved. Sean Cool got some damage, but he was able to kind of sneak through it. The 07 involved.
We're going to ride with Daniel Pope on this one.
That was Jason Warren in the 07.
Whew. That didn't look like that much fun for Daniel Pope.
And you see him immediately start shaking the wheel to see how off-center it is. So, Bill, interesting note here. And the way the scoring works, as soon as that caution waves, whoever's in front of whoever gets the spot. Ryan Kuhn had it by mere inches. and he will restart your new leader, Josh Cottle, back to second as the point of caution, Ryan Kuhn was just inches out front of Josh Cottle.
You got to hate that for the man they call Jinx. Josh Cottle been the dominator of this entire event. Ryan Kuhn fought so hard on the outside, was able to steal the lead. Although you said it, Jeff, he was doing a really good job. It was actually making up ground out there on the top side. So that might have been a foregone conclusion anyway, but at the same time, now that battle is over and done with. Now it's Cottle's job to try to fight back on the outside.
Yeah, Cottle will restart on the outside of Ryan Kuhn. His pace car is going to head off the racetrack as we go back to Green Flag Racing in the Heights Pride 150. Ryan Kuhn, your new leader, and Cottle tried to get out in front of him, had to wait on his restart, and that kind of opened up the door for Ryan Kuhn to drive away here. Alex McCollum going to have some room for the 13 to get down here.
Parker Traves and Alex McCollum are going to battle side by side for third. They might have made contact through 3 and 4. Traves way up the racetrack. Here comes Cole Cavery on the inside. Where did Cole Cavery come from? He's been moving forward all night long.
Yeah, Cole Cavery started 21st. Now Majeski's going around. Your quick qualifier contact and turn 3. He spins. No one's going to make contact with them. So we are going to have another restart here as Majeski gets turned around going into turn 3.
Seems like he tried to jump into a hole there. He was on the outside in the 98 car. We'll watch him going down through turns 1 and 2. And I think he thought, hey, I've cleared the 24 Sean Cool just enough. And Sean Cool said, no, buddy, you didn't clear me completely, and got into his left rear.
Well, Bill, I think that's a situation where Majeski was coming down the racetrack. He was trying to squeeze the 24 into giving him that spot. I think 70 laps ago, that would have worked. But this is lap 108 of 150 lapper,
yeah.
and Sean Cool said, nope, that's my line.
And I don't think he was wrong. I think that was never a full clear moment from the 98 car.
Well, Grant Brown in the chat wanted to know if we had an involved in incidents count for Spencer Dickinson, and I think I can tell you, Bill can't count that high.
Is it above 7?
I actually don't know. We haven't
That's
been keeping track, but Spike has had his fair share of involved in incidents tonight. Nothing that he started. He's been in the mix. He's been in the middle of the field all night long, and that's where everything keeps starting.
Jeff, I'm over in the Sim Auto Racing Association's chat. Dalton Collins said, these ain't super. I think Dalton Collins lives in the past. There are some salty individuals that don't like the new late model stock. I understand that.
Some of them are in this race, and I heard some talking. There's just some guys that they just can't figure it out, and they keep saying, I just hate this car. I can't figure it out. And they are doing their best with what they got right now. And one of those guys is Parker Traves, who runs 4th. So maybe after tonight, he might like this car a little bit better. As the pace car going to head off the racetrack. Bill, we have gone single file restarts. Ryan Kuhn, Josh Cottle, Alex McCollum, Parker Traves, Cole Cavery for a lap 114 restart.
So in this series, that is an admin call, if I'm not correct.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
They've had enough as Parker Traves on the move, dives underneath Alex McCollum into turn 3. He's going to try to take 3rd spot.
Parker Traves on fire in that 60 car. He's been a winner in this series before. Battles with Alex McCollum for 3rd. Cole Cavery looking on in the 18. He wants Parker Traves to move ahead so he can follow him through.
Yeah, and he's got some cars lined up behind him. As Cody Kelly just got in the back of Sean Cool. That is a battle for the 6th spot. But Alex McCollum still fighting back on Parker Traves. Cole Cavery behind them is trying to get one of them to go. He's got some speed in that 18 machine. He just needs to get clear. Now Traves gets clear of Alex McCollum. Here comes Cavery. He's going to take the 4th spot.
Alex McCollum got a little loose off of turn 4 that last lap, so he's now going to be under fire from Cole Cavery. Cole Cavery's going to go by in the 18 car. Alex McCollum had some room behind him, so he'll slot in 5th. Right behind them, Sean Cool and Cody Kelly going to be side by side for 6th.
Yeah, Cody Kelly able to put the bumper to the 24 machine, got him up the racetrack. Here comes Brett Suggs. Suggs going to try to take advantage. And the 24, Sean Cool was trying to get to the bottom. Suggs was already there. And now it's going to put Sean Cool in a rough spot because here comes Trayton Lapsevich, last week's winner in the 20 machine.
Brett Suggs' car seen enough damage tonight that it looks like it has a permanent frown on it. But yeah, he's still going fast. Maybe that's just a chip on his shoulder, right, Jeff? That 33 car coming in front.
Sean Cool, big time sideways off turn 4. He's trying to fight back. Alex McCollum just got set up into turn 1. He is way off the pace now, and he's going to lose a bunch of spots.
Either that car, maybe the driver's lost gear or that car's lost gear, but Alex McCollum looks like he might park this race car.
Yes, something happened. That car smoked. Big puff of smoke going down into turn 1, and then he just went up the racetrack, got out of the way. I think it blew the engine.
Wow. Wow, and we go yellow.
Now, the only thing I can think of that would cause that, especially for the car that is clean as Alex McCollum's is maybe he ran the wrong tape configuration. You only get 2 options. There's race and there's qualifying. I don't know if he could make it 120 laps under qualifying tape and then blow the engine.
Yeah, we're going to look at that under replay, Jeff, to see if that's actually what... I mean, either Cody Kelly's nowhere near him.
No,
that car blew up, Jeff. It blew up.
That is bizarre. Now, here's the other thing that could have happened. We did see at Martinsville in the official series, some of these guys were downshifting and upshifting in the corners. If he downshifted just a little too quick, it could, do damage to the car.
Now we are trying to find where that yellow came from. I still don't know.
I wonder if it was for Alex just trying to get off the racetrack and he was just so slow.
Yeah, I never saw. I don't see any other cars out on the racetrack that lost any positions or anything at that
point. He was stuck on the outside down the back straightaway. When he tried to get to the bottom, he was so far off the pace, I think it just triggered the yellow.
Wow, that's going to be something we're going to have to talk to Alex probably during the week to find out what happened with the number 1 machine. But that is not something we've seen in any races that we broadcasted, I think, ever.
So this was Alex McCollum's response when that happened. He said, that's nice. So I don't think he quite understands what happened.
Wow.
Well, that's going to mix things up. Is Ryan Kuhn still your leader? Josh Cottle now runs second. Parker Traves up to third. Cole Gabriel will restart fourth. Cody Kelly fifth. Brett Suggs, Trayton Lapsevich, Sean Cool, Daniel Pope, Joe Schaefer. And it looks like, Bill, we're going to stay single file restarts here as the pace car should be heading off the racetrack this time for Ryan Kuhn. Within 25 to go as we go back to green, and Ryan Kuhn got a fantastic restart. The guys behind him got stacked up. This Cole Cabrey jumps to the outside of Parker Traves, now falls back in line. He's got the hungry Cody Kelly coming in the 75 machine. Behind them, it's Brett Suggs, and here comes the 60 now, starting to take a peek underneath the 13 of Josh Cottle, who got sideways last time off turn 4. Looks like the 13 might be struggling a bit.
Josh Cottle set the pace earlier in this race. Now you can see him get a little bit loose off of turn number 4. Here comes Parker Traves to the inside, looking for second place in the 60 car. Parker Traves moving forward, started pretty deep in the field. And he's going to try to drag his teammate. That's Cole Cabrey. He's going to try to go with him.
Yeah, behind them, Cody Kelly is lined up as well. So Cottle, it just looks like that car is getting a little too free, especially on throttle. And it's going to make it a struggle here to keep that car on the bottom of the racetrack where he needs to be as Parker Traves clears. Now he can set his sights on Ryan Kuhn. Cole Cabrey, he's trying to take away third from Cottle.
Right behind them, Cody Kelly. We've seen him have a great season, or great iRacing since they brought out this late model stock. He's been fantastic in that white number 75 car. He is moving forward as well in that car. And now Cole Cabrey going to clear Josh Cottle. Here comes Cody Kelly. He's going to try to do that as well. Here comes Brett Suggs in the 33. And don't look now that, Jeff, Trayton Lapsevich has entered the fray. He is moving forward, and maybe he wants to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, Lapsevich, we talked about it last week. Those guys felt like they hit on something. They finally figured out the late model stock, and Lapsevich and that team has had a lot of speed since. And right now, Ryan Kuhn out front. The Parker Traves is running a little bit quicker than Ryan Kuhn is. The question is, at lap 134, does he have enough time to get there? Can he run down Ryan Kuhn?
I mean, that's not a tremendous amount of time, is it? That's a short race.
Josh Cottle chopped the 33 down in turn 1. He was tired of being on the outside line, and he finally made the move, got to the bottom, and he is running now in the 5th position. And still, that car is big time sideways again off turn 4.
Jason Warren just had a moment off of turn number 2. The 07 car got into the outside wall, and he lost a bunch of spots. He was running close to the top 10. Now he's back to, I think he might have been in the top 10. Now he's back to 14th. Here comes Ty Majeski. He's starting to make his way forward after a spin. And he makes contact with Spencer Dickinson, but they're going to save it, and we're going to stay green.
Still under green is now Cottle under attack again as Brett Suggs gets around him. Here comes Lapsevich. So Cottle's race, that car is starting to fade, just a little too free late in this run. Lapsevich clears.
He's in damage control mode. Here comes Daniel Pope. Joe Schaefer Jr., he was battling for the lead earlier in this race. He's up to 9th after having some issues. So those guys trying to go forward. Cottle just trying to stay in the top 10 at this point.
Well, Ryan Kuhn's going to see 10 to go this time. In the last few laps, he's been quicker than Parker Traves. He is starting to open up his lead. It's now 0.8 of a second back to Parker Traves in second.
And the lead is, he's starting to just get away from those boys. You can see him there trailing behind. Now Brett Suggs. Brett Suggs under fire. Trade Lapsevich underneath the 33 car. That's going to be a battle for 5th.
Lapsevich making a run here on Brett Suggs, trying to get into the top 5. That 20 machine has been strong the last 2 weeks. And again, lots of speed on the 20 of Trayton Lapsevich. Behind them, Josh Cottle. He's got some pressure from Daniel Pope, who's under fire from Joe Schaefer.
Good racing here in the top 10. All these cars have come to the top. There's been so much carnage tonight. These guys are doing a fantastic job right now. Joe Schaefer going to look underneath Daniel Pope, not able to make the move. I think these two guys, Brett Suggs and Lapsevich, are probably holding up the guys behind them, so they're all trying to battle.
Out front, Ryan Kuhn has opened up the lead even more. It's now over 1 second back to Parker Traves. Traves just doesn't seem to have any speed left in that 60 to be able to run down Ryan Kuhn. Cole Cabrey runs 3rd. Cody Kelly 4th. Trayton Lapsevich just inching ahead of Brett Suggs last time by, and he will be scored in 5th, but Suggs not done yet on the outside line. And now Suggs might lose that spot to Josh Cottle. Cottle coming back, trying to get back into the top 6 here. Time starting to tick away in this one. Ryan Kuhn handedly out front. It's now 1.2 back to Parker Traves as he continues to set fast laps right now. Josh Cottle does get around Brett Suggs. Suggs going to try to fight back down the back straightaway.
Suggs might have burnt that number 33 up as we are down within 3 laps, Jeff. They're flying by. This time around, Ryan Kuhn will get 2 to go.
Daniel Pope behind this battle in the 8th position. Joe Schaefer back up to 9th after getting turned around early on in this one. Sean Cool runs 10th, and this is the best battle on the racetrack right here. These two battling for 6th position, or 5th position rather. Ryan Kuhn going to see the white flag this time by 1 more lap for the number 72. And off turn 4, it's all Ryan Kuhn, all alone. He's going to win the Heights Pride 150 round number 4 for the Pierce Fleet Service Super Series here at SARA. Parker Traves going to come home 2nd, Cole Cabrey 3rd, Cody Kelly 4th, Trayton Lapsevich going to be scored 5th. And at the line, it was Josh Cottle who picks up 6 ahead of Brett Suggs.
Oh, that one ticked off quick towards the end there. Just flew by. Ryan Kuhn, what a great drive in the 72 car.
Yeah, Ryan Kuhn, he was so patient early on. And we saw him, he let the field kind of drive away in that first run. They put about 2 seconds on him, or about 1 second on him. He was running 5th, and then he just methodically worked his way to the front. And once he got out front, there was nobody that could touch him. He was the fastest car on the racetrack at the end of that run.
We've seen him do it before. Nobody's surprised when Ryan Kuhn goes to the front and drives away. I don't think anybody did go, oh, there he goes. That's kind of what happened tonight.
Well, this is the guy who's been dominating as far as official racing goes. Ryan Kuhn, those guys have been so fast in official racing, but this is a different ball game. Those official races, they're short. This is a showing that all of a sudden these guys have got the long run stuff figured out, which they didn't seem to have the first 3 races of the season. And here we go. That's a scary sight to see for Ryan Kuhn. Is all of a sudden he's got the long run stuff figured out now.
Yeah, I think all the rest of the competitors in the field do not want to see that 72 car figure out the long run. We've seen him do it in the fall brawl, and I think when you see him do something like he did tonight, you start to go, uh-oh, and start looking at your everybody else on your team and go, we're gonna have to beat him now all season long.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're going to get joined by Ryan Kuhn, tonight's race winner, in the broadcast booth. And Ryan, we were just talking about it before you came in here. As you were doing your Polish victory lap there, we were saying it's a scary sight for the field to see you figure out the long run. And at the end of that one, you were just stretching your lead. It seemed like at will. Is it something that it was a little bit of adjustment from the short official races to the long run that you've now figured out?
Yeah, it absolutely is. It's a different animal and trying to get the track position. And to be honest with you, I think we've had the best car the last three races, maybe other than Myrtle Beach. But I feel like Sobo, Hickory, and here, I feel like we've had the best car. Just tire strategy and saving didn't really go as planned. But I made a bid tonight. I said I'm gonna hang around the top five all night. I don't care what it takes. I'll just stay up here, and it all really worked out. But like I said, I think we've had the best car the last 3 weeks, but it just hasn't really played out to our favor.
So Ryan, we haven't had a chance to talk to you in previous weeks, obviously, but what was the plan? So you said tonight the plan was to run up in the top five. What was different about the previous weeks that wasn't working out that the new plan this week did work out for you?
I just misjudging yellows, just cautions don't fly at the right times for us. And Sobo didn't really help me because I wasn't on my rig. I was actually up north on my girlfriend's rig, and just really wasn't comfortable and couldn't really feel the car as well. But last week, I think we just plain missed it on yellows. We had a really good car. I mean, it proved we drove from 20th up to the fourth, and we ended up third after the penalties. But we've had really good pieces. Just haven't the yellows just don't play in our favors. But tonight, everything worked out really good. Was able to get the top rolling there late. I'm kind of shocked because I actually set this thing up a little tight, and I'm actually surprised it was as good as it was at the end. So, um, no, like I said, thank all my guys at RKM, all my guys that help out, give me feedback every week. They do one hell of a job, and we're gonna keep fighting.
Well, you talked about rolling the top there, and it's kind of a surprise for us. We talked about how important the inside line was going to be all night long, and you took the lead on the top side. And now, of course, the yellow did kind of help you out, but did you think you would eventually clear Josh Cottle on the top side?
I don't know. It would have been close. I don't know if he was checking up the bottom on purpose, or if he just wasn't really going, or if he was tight or something. But it seemed like after 3 or 4 laps, my car really, really came to life. I mean, proved there in that last run. Parker was holding with me for a couple laps and just running consistent lap times there right at the end. But I was able to get the top rolling. I was a little tight at first, bottoming out until the air pressures came up to temp, and really got that outside line rolling. And it was extremely good on that top side tonight. But I was, like I said, kind of shocked that I was able to get him on the top. But like I said, the yellows really played a role in that.
I don't think anybody that's watched you over the years was all that shocked, Ryan. But so talk to us about this late model stock. I mean, you're one of the guys, obviously, that was, to one of the guys that you had to beat if you were going to run in the super late model ranks. You were fantastic in that car. How do you feel about this new car? The leagues have obviously changed over. This car seems to bring a little bit better racing, but how do you feel about it personally?
I like it a lot. I think it's the best short track car we got right now, hands down by 20 miles. There's a tire saving roll. The fall off isn't quite there, but the tire saving's pretty good. It could use a little less tire wear in general, but there is a saving factor. You got to manage your tires. Um, that's something we did not see with the old super late model or the old late model. You could just drive it balls to the walls with the old cars, but this car really plays more of a into a driver's hand and really a builder's hand as well. But that's what I really like about it is just it's all around more realistic.
Well, Ryan, one thing we'd like to talk about is the guys that do some real life racing. I know you got a super late model up there in the Northeast. If people are in the Northeast and they want to see Ryan Kuhn race live this summer, where can they see you?
Yeah, our schedule's kind of up and down right now. Our season's kind of uncertain. But hopefully in the coming weeks, I think we're gonna go to Lee USA Speedway in the next coming weeks. Hopefully, we'll be at the Oxford 250, the Bay State Classic at Seekonk. We're gonna run the 10 grand to win race at Lee with Kyle Busch, so that'll be a fun one. I don't know what network that'll be on, but it's going to be a good summer. We're not going to race as much. Really looking forward to 2024 and trying to put some deals together for uh, who knows what at this point, but hopefully get some cars up and rolling soon.
Well, we see the RKM setup shop on the side of the car there, Ryan, and we always give everybody an opportunity to thank the guys that help them out. You already kind of did that, but if you want to give anybody shout outs by name, now's the time to do it. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, first off, I want to thank my sponsors. Everett's Auto Parts for the real life opportunities. They've been with me for past 6 years or so. We've done so great together, and looking forward to being back with them this year. Burners, Liquors, Modern Auto Body. Like I said, all my guys back at RKM doing one hell of a job. Coastal Heritage Bank, 01 Design, Studio 10 Wraps. You guys in the booth, Matt Rolfe putting on this series. This best league on iRacing by far.
Well, Ryan, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us. Congratulations, first win of the season, but I don't think it's gonna be the last time we talk to you this year.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully next couple of weeks is a couple of good tracks coming up. I know we're going to be really good at Martinsville. North Wilkesboro is going to throw a curveball, but some good tracks coming up.
Yeah, next week, North Wilkesboro coming up, the Studio 10 Raps 125, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Well, joining us now, our second place finisher, Parker Traves. And Parker, you haven't gotten to do a lot of racing with the late model stock. It seems like you're kind of only running SARA at this point, and it kind of seemed like you didn't have a handle on this car. Is tonight going to feel like kind of a breakthrough with it? Did you figure something out that's going to help you going forward?
I think so. I really haven't put any time into it like I have with the super. And tonight, like this week, I put a bit more time into it. I've been not as busy, and I guess it kind of finally showed. So,
I'm sorry, but where's Parker Traves? This guy that we're talking to right now has zero emotion. Come on, Parker, you finished second in the Super Series race. Let's go.
yeah, it's good. Just we need to be a little bit more better there.
Cap, my question is what exactly is on the hood of your race car?
That's my new sponsor, called Candler. It's cologne by Jason Warren. It's a nice touch.
Well, Parker, you said you needed to be a little bit better there, and we saw Ryan at the end. It seemed like he was just a little bit better on the long run, started to click off some really good laps. Well, what was it about your car that you just couldn't find the speed at the end?
I think I just needed some more drive, get off the corner a little bit better. It felt like I was turning really good. I know I ran something different compared to my teammates, just something I wanted to try, and I didn't know if it was gonna work or not, and I guess it did.
We'll talk about the strategy tonight, Parker. The strategies kind of bounce around from track to track, I think, from setup to setup, and kind of what's going to work, how much tire you need to save, that kind of thing. What did you do tonight that worked out for you?
Well, last Super Series race at Hickory, they told me I had to save, so I saved, and then I was just terrible. So I said, I ain't saving nothing. I'm going as hard as I can on lap one. It's just what we did.
Well, Parker, we talked to Ryan about some of his upcoming racing this season, this summer, and I know you just got back from Nashville with the Legend. But if people want to see Parker Traves race, when's the next time they can see you run your Legend car?
In here in a couple weeks, on the 20th and 21st, we're racing Peterbilt Speedway on the 20th and Sunset Speedway on the 21st.
That sounds like fun. Parker, it's time to give the shout out to the boys. You're part of one of the largest, possibly the largest affiliated team in the history of iRacing. Who do you want to give a shout out to that helps work on this car, make it as fast as it is, and the SPM guys had a good night tonight. So who do you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, just all the SPM guys. Daniel, he puts a lot of time into it. Cameron Hamilton's been helping us quite a bit, and all of us, we're just been working hard and trying to catch up because we don't race as much as all these guys. So.
Well, Parker, it was a good run tonight. 13th to second. You had a solid run. It looked like you were one of the fastest cars at the end. You just got to find a little bit more speed. You're headed to North Wilkesboro next week. Do you feel good about that racetrack?
Yeah, I think so. We got a good notebook now we can work off of and get better. We got ourselves behind a little bit, not racing as much as Ryan does and Alex and all those guys. So we just got to work a bit harder, and I think we'll be better.
All right, Parker. Thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us, and we will hopefully speak to you again this season.
I hope so. Thank you.
Well, Bill, I think we could just go ahead and end the broadcast. I don't know if we even want to talk to this third guy.
Do we have to?
Brace yourselves. We're joined by Cole Cabry in the broadcast
Say
booth.
brace yourself.
So Cole joining us, and Cole, you started deep tonight, and it was a moment whether we didn't know if you were going to make it into qualifying because you had some issues happen, and you ended up just running a lap just to get one on the board. You started 21st. What was it like driving through the field with? I mean, this is a tight racetrack. There was a lot of wrecks, spins everywhere. What was it like coming through the middle of that field?
Yeah, it was definitely tough. There's a lot of moments where I was like, "Oh, this is the end of it." But no, luckily we made it through. We had a lot of luck right there. I think like right behind me, Pope got into a wreck, and it could have been me. So, very thankful and yeah, like I said, just a lot of luck.
Do you feel I gotta ask you, Cole, because we talked to you before the race, and there wasn't a lot of positive vibes coming out of the team. Do you feel pretty lucky, or are you kind of, I wouldn't say lucky, but how about more surprised that you guys were as good as you were tonight?
Honestly, I think we struggle in qualifying as a whole team. I think we struggle in qualifying a lot. I mean, I think everyone qualified outside the top 10. So, I may be lying, but I don't know. At least I struggle and a few others do. And once we ran that warm up right before the race, we knew our stuff was really good because I think I was top of the board or second or something like that in the warm up. So I knew our stuff was good. It was just going to take time. And with these cars, it's so hard to pass. And I honestly think everyone threw saving out the window here. And it was a real short track race. And actually, it's the first time I've really enjoyed racing these cars. Like I said, we were digging hard for 150 laps right there, like no saving tires, just running a race. So it's really fun. I definitely have to give it to Pope and all the guys at 16 XCI. I mean, this car was phenomenal. We had luck on the way, but it wasn't going to drive it was driving itself. So really appreciate all the guys over there. Every time we bring a car to Southern National, it seems to rip. So yeah, just like I said, thank you to everyone.
Well, Cole, we had the opportunity to talk to Ryan and Parker about their real life racing, and I know you got a mini sprint late last year, and we keep waiting to see when that thing's gonna hit the racetrack. Any plans this summer for racing?
I don't think you want to see that thing hit the racetrack.
Oh, we want to see
It's
it
not
at the
the only
racetrack.
thing it's gonna hit. But yeah, hopefully soon. It's cheaper to run this on a weekly basis than it is that. So, and it's definitely easier to hit the escape button than it is in that. I'll be looking for it for a minute if I wrecked in that thing.
That's truth, right? Well, since you already thanked the boys back in the shop, why don't you give a shout out to your YouTube channel and push that for just a
No,
minute?
I know you want me to thank
Come
you,
on.
Bill. I
No,
know
no.
that's what you want.
You
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Sarah. And no, just like I said, everyone in the zone racing, like I said, everyone at 16 XEI, those guys really put a lot of work in today, and just getting the car ready. I was unable to be able to test and whatnot. So huge shout out to them. Mo Cabry on YouTube. We got a new quad that we got to go ride here. So
Well, you
sounds
went
like right
20.
now. He's going right now.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm going right now.
you went 21st to third, so you're gonna pick up the Jeff By Jr. Art Hard Charger Award. That's $5 in gas to go into the quad to go riding
And
right
that's
now.
on my hood.
Yes, it
It's on the
is.
hood of the
Well,
car. If you look at that, it's rigged.
yeah. Well, Cole, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with us. We're gonna let you go do some riding, I guess, some night riding, huh?
Yeah, night riding. Tear
There
up the
you go.
neighborhood.
All right, man. Have a good night.
See you, boys.
Well, Bill, that is going to be a wrap for us for Thursday night SARA Super Series. I mean, kind of what we expected from Southern National. It was going to be a tight bull ring. It was going to be a true short track race, and that's kind of what we saw tonight. I mean, these guys were leaving nothing on the line. It was a all-out battle throughout the field all night long.
Yeah, I think the thing that surprises me the most, Jeff, is that all of them admitted to the fact that it is I guess on the short bull rings, and this is going to work out for the guys if they're listening for Monday night and Tuesday night for the ITZR series. Once you hit the bull rings, it's just go for it. If the track's small enough, none of these guys were saving. It was just a short track, go as fast as you possibly could type race, and that's different. We hadn't seen that in this car so far.
Yeah, and we got more of those type of bull rings on the schedule as well coming up. North Wilkesboro, obviously a bigger racetrack. They're going to do some tire saving, but you got Langley, the Nashville Mini, Lanier is still in this schedule. So we're going to see more of that. We're going to see more hardcore short track racing, and some of these guys that are still adjusting from the super late model. You heard it from Parker and Cole. They're not used to saving tires. They're used to running qualifying laps, right. And this suits their style a little bit better. So these are guys to look for when we go to Nashville Mini and Langley, and they might have some speed.
Right. You've seen it now. So you've seen a track like this, high banking. The car is going to get around the track a little bit easier, not wear tires as easily as some of the other tracks with the high speeds and things like that, and you're just going to get crazy fast racing. So we'll probably see more of that at the bull ring Monday and Tuesday night, and the short tracks in the future.
Well, we are done for tonight, but we got more racing coming at you next week. It's another busy week with ITZR and SARA. Monday night, the B&A Signs Bull Ring 125 from the Las Vegas Bull Ring. That is round number 6 for the Elite Performance Industries Late Model Shootout Series. Will be live at 9 p.m. Eastern on Monday night. Tuesday night, the County Road Custom Late Model Challenger, again from the Las Vegas Bull Ring. And then Thursday night, the Studio 10 Wraps 125 from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. That is round number 5 for the Pierce Fleet Service Super Series. Again, another busy week of racing, but Bill, we wouldn't have it any other way.
No way. So much fun.
Well, make sure you guys are following us on Facebook. Make sure you're following the Sim Auto Racing Association on Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to be able to watch the races back. That's the best way to do it because they are all archived over there. Make sure you're following us on Twitch. Thank you to everybody that hung out all night on Facebook. You guys made it a blast watching this race, and we will see you all next week.